do like Dire Straits. I think Martin Knopfler's a great player. I think learning Romeo and Juliet would be challenging. Doesn't matter if you're beginner, intermediate, or advanced pro player. Hi, Kara. How are you? At Kara Casey. Is it Kara though? It's Kara, right? Hey, Mood. What's happening? I will play some Black Dog after I finish this Tina Turner song. Cool, Kara. I always say Kara. Kara. I guess that depends on where you're from, huh? Hey, Antonio, what's happening? Hey, Stiff. No, I can't do this solo from Beat It. Hello, Mike Edwards. How the fuck are you, my friend? Good to see you. I'm glad you're home. And I'm glad your daughter's home, too. I'm glad you guys are home, safe and sound. Hospitals suck balls. Right? You know, there was... Where is it? Here we go. Hang on 1 second, guys. There we go. Thank you, Dallas. Yeah, it's Sid Gibson. Hey, Amos. How do I play? Mostly by ear, if that's what you're asking. Sympathy for the Devil by the Rolling Stones. You guys know who played the guitar solo on that song? The Stones had to hire fucking Jimmy Page. Yeah. Okay. I don't currently play gigs, Mateo, because I have severe carpal tunnel syndrome. Black Clouds, that's interesting. Yeah, Bring It On Home. They used to do Bring It On Home, and then they played Black Dog in 75, 73, something like that. One of those two tours. It's on the song remains the same, man. He plays the main riff, and then he goes up high to do it in an octave. It's weird fingering, so it's not easy to do all the time. Hey Jim, thanks. Jesus thinks Pink Floyd is coming back to life. I don't think so, man. Which one's pink? I can't get an attaboy for all that. Hello? 27 people in the room and 8 thumbs up. Can we change that math? Yeah, more people can leave the room. Richard, but I can play my own shit. Thank you for stopping by this evening. How are you? Mike, are you a fan of Rudy Sarzo, the bass player? He used to play with Ozzy and Randy Rhoads back on Blizzard of Oz and Diary of a Madman. And I think he stayed with him like on the Brad Gillis era. I don't know. I can't remember who else Rudy played with besides Ozzy and Quiet Riot. But he had an interview. No, Mike, he's better than good. He's great, dude. He doesn't get enough credit. He's stellar. Let me tell you why Rudy is stellar. Because of his work ethic and his professionalism and his playability. Those are the three things you need to make it as a professional musician, right? So I heard him in a YouTube short with Bad Brad, the guy who talks like Batman. I know I brought him up before. He tickles my fancy, to put it in English terms. Anyways, that's okay, Mike. So I'm listening to him interview Rudy, and Rudy's just like, back when Rudy came on the scene in LA, which was probably like, almost a decade and a half before I started playing professionally in my own scene. And he was right, though, because the same, there was no internet, there was no social media, right? So if you wanted to go out and meet players and play and be seen and whatever, you had to go out and, pimp yourself, promote yourself to the best of your ability, which meant you'd go hit all the open mics that you could, that you knew of in your area. Like I used to go to there was one on Sunday afternoons, I'd hit that. There was one on Monday nights, I'd hit that one. There was one on Wednesdays, I'd hit that. Sometimes there was one on a Tuesday, I'd hit that. Sunday through Wednesday, you could hit like 4 open mics back in the 80s and the 90s. It was just like Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. And generally, no, you wouldn't be able to do it. Sometimes Sunday nights, depending on the bar, if they had a good group, you wouldn't be able to have an open mic there. Richard, I'm sorry, I'm not rude, I'm just matter of fact. Don't take it personally. But I also do better with a please or a thank you in front of or back of your request, too. Hey, Gomes. Dodo. Okay. Mike, what the fuck was I saying? I totally lost track. I lost my train of thought. Getting back to open mics, that's what I was talking about. Thank you. Get there. And that's why drugs are bad, children. Anyways, if you wanted to meet people and have that opportunity, as Rudy says, you needed to make sure that you were going out multiple times a week and being seen and heard so that you could maybe get that opportunity. I mean, like, I can tell you honestly, like, there was one time back when I was putting together Killing Floor, and I said to my other guitar player, and we lived in the house that we practiced in, the two of us lived in together, and that was tumultuous at times. Hey, TC, how are you, bud? Anyways, I said to him, I'm like, dude, I'm going over to Chicago Bar and see, the Rowdies play. He's just like, is it an open mic? I'm like, no, I'm just going to hang out and have a drink or whatever. Maybe I'll sit in, maybe I won't. He's just like, okay. I'm like, well, I do know them. It's a possibility that they might ask me to sit in. I've played with them a few times. They like me, I like them. It's a mutual admiration. He's just like, all right, whatever. I'm going to hang out here and just go to sleep. I'm like, all right, dude, you're lame. Okay, so again, he wasn't all about the band and getting the band together. I was. It was my responsibility. So I went out that night. Regardless that I wanted to go out, I really did not want to go out. But what happened? I went to the bar, and I'm hanging out, and a girl walks in, and we lock eyes, and, I'm like, they call her up to the stage to sing a song, she's going to do Rock and Roll by Led Zeppelin. I'm like, what the fuck? And when she goes up there, she says to me, hey, can you watch my purse? I'm like, yeah, I can watch your purse. And then the guitar player calls me up, and I'm behind her. She does not know I'm there. It's a really funny situation. What did I do with her purse? I gave it to the bartender. I said, can you watch this? I'm getting called up on stage now, too. And they were like, yeah, sure, no problem. So I go up on stage. I'm behind her. She cannot see me because she's out front as the lead singer. And we're playing, Led Zeppelin. By the time I got up there, by the time I got up there, they were starting Lickety Split. So I was like, okay. It's like getting shoved. It's like Clapton says, you get shoved through a door, and it's time. Fucking do it. That's what it's like, in case you ever wondered. What being shoved into a live situation with no rehearsal feels like, that's what it feels like. So you should know a great deal of songs if you're going to put yourself in that kind of situation. So we're playing, all right? Comes time for the solo. And I'm doing it, and she finally turns around, and she's like, holy shit, didn't I leave my purse with you at the bar? And I was just like, yeah. So we start jamming, we start playing like side by side, and, we were both impressed with each other. Now, had I not gone out that night, I wouldn't have met her. After we got done, she goes to me, she's just like, hey, I'm putting a band together. Do you want to be in my band? I'm like, no, but you can be in my band. I've already got something going. And she's just like, yeah, that'd be awesome. So, we exchanged numbers, and she wound up showing up practice a couple days later. Like, I went home, and my bandmate was sort of sleeping. He's just like, how was it? I'm like, yeah, I found our lead singer, you fuck. Glad you're enjoying your night in. To say that I did a lot of the legwork and killing floor would be putting it fucking mildly. Fucking mildly. I did fucking everything. I mean, like, if I could have fucking cloned myself, I just would have done that because that shit would have been a lot easier than having to, like, you know, police 5 other people that were fucking ungrateful fucking assholes. So, you know, whatever. I'm 53 years old, Ernie. Irania. See? I've been playing for 41 years. I started when I was 13 years old. I think I do look a little bit younger than Jeffrey Dean Morgan, though. That's because I probably am by, I don't know, maybe 2 or 3 years. When you show them 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 in a 4/4 time signature, what do the ands represent? Are you just doing ands? Or are you doing 1 E and Because if you're doing 1 E and you're adding in 3 extra notes in there. Instead of just 1, 2, 3, 4, quarter note time, you're wanting to go 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and Dig? The E and is when you get fancy with your rhythm, like this. All right? If you're playing "Thrill Is Gone" by B.B. King. If you're playing it straight, okay, so let me play it the way that Larry Soulcactus would play it. All right? I mean, you're more than welcome to turn on any of the other numerous channels on YouTube, and I'm sure that you will find somebody playing it exactly like that. Right? Right? I fuck with the internet because I can. Thank you, Mike Edwards, for that sticker, bud. Love you, man. I'm still taking you out for dinner when I come to fucking London. I'm hoping that'll be sometime in the next year or two, brother. Hey, Dan, what's happening? Buddha 806. I don't know how long you've been playing for, but it'll become more, it'll make more sense the more experienced you become as a player. Hey, Pappy Mellon, how are you, my friend? Okay, so Dan asked if there are any tips on how to use the slide, and also what's the best sort of chord progression to play over it. Honestly, probably like just Statesboro Blues. And you can do that all in just standard tuning. The basic idea of you can do that Elmer James shit. Oops, sorry, that was a bit sharp. Get the idea? But you want to take your slide and you want it on the, so I'm on the 12th fret, right? You want it on the metal behind the dots, and you want that glass right on top of those strings, right on top of that fret, to make the right sounding connection. And I will tell you that you want to apply as little as pressure as possible. Derek Trucks plays to low to medium action, which is the same as me, and he makes it work because he fucking glides over the strings with the slide. That's what you need to do. You need to glide. Just think about it as water skiing over water. You're water skiing with a slide with your fingers on the guitar. Yeah? I know, Dan, that's the fucking illusion. I'm so sorry about that. I wish I could not make it easy. When I sit in front of Warren Haynes, he makes it look easy to me, and that's where I learned how to do the shit that I do, because I've had that privilege. Not everybody gets that one-on-one time with somebody like Warren Haynes. So I was able to see his technique up close and personal. And I just lifted that because I always tell you guys, lift people's styles. Don't lift their fucking note for note bullshit. Lift the stylistic element from them and incorporate it into your playing. Use that and make that be your original voice. Okay, here we go. So hope that helps, Dan. No, I use glass because it's warmer on the ears. If you get some nice thick glass, don't get a piece of thin glass. Make sure it's, thick. This is like a kerosene bottle that Dwayne Allman would sort of use, but this is actually heavier than that. Or the kerosene? Yeah, kerosene bottles. This is actually a little bit heavier than that and thicker. So I like the resonance and sustain out of this slide over other slides I've used in the past. Like those Dunlop slides, those are kind of shit. Sorry, Dunlop. I mean, if you got like the thickest one, you also want to, like, I use my third finger because that's what Warren uses. You want to use what works for you. I've seen some people use their middle finger. I've seen some people use their pinky. I don't like it. It always feels like it's weighing down on my pinky, stretching it out of place. So it feels very off-putting to me. I use the third finger because it gives me a lot of vibrato control, and I feel like it's more of a steady anchor because that finger's got more in terms of getting down on the slide. This is just over incumbent and it won't stay on. At least this, I've got some control because it's between my two other fingers. I can tell you this, you'll get easily frustrated with it because it'll sound like shit. Don't get frustrated, just keep at it a little bit. It'll get better and better. I mean, it doesn't sound perfect when I do it all the time. I try and get the perfect pieces for you guys in snippets. You know, like you go beyond what I edited, some of it doesn't sound that great. Some of it does, some of it doesn't. But, you know, hey, if you guys think John Wick hits the target every time he shoots his pistol, you're wrong. I'd say he makes probably 98% of his shots. So he still has that human error element. We all fucking do. That's my point. I talk about that with my pistol instructor every fucking week. So I don't want you guys to get discouraged if you're trying something new at home. You know, just keep at it. It gets better. Play Wicked Game. How about you play Wicked Game? You're welcome, Dan. If you guys want to buy a sticker or buy a super sticker, you can. That money goes directly to me. It's a good way to support me. Mike Edwards does it all the time. I would also like to thank supporting members, Teese. He's on here tonight. Dan, are you one too? I can't remember everybody. I'll have to write everybody down and make announcements tomorrow who's a member. I don't play any Metallica. Thank you. You don't have to type all capitals, man. You're like yelling at us. Take off your cap lock, buddy. Hey man, how God or how good? Because I was going to say God has nothing to do with it. I have everything to do with it. Don't bow down to false idols, folks. Anybody know that tune? Long Time Gone by Crosby, Stills and Nash. It's been long time coming. Gonna be a long time gone. I used to play that song a lot. I like that line in the song about, you know, they say the darkest hour is the one right before the dawn. I always thought that was a bitchin' line. Oh, how did I get the name Soulcactus? Larry Soulcactus? Or just Soulcactus in general? No, hey, Madsen. Same hair. Dude, weren't you here like 2 days ago? Been the same hair for like a month now. Or longer. Looks like Jeffrey Dean Morgan. Or so I'm told every fucking day. I got the name Soulcactus given to me by a childhood friend of mine that I called up one day and I said, hey, I want to play you something. I'm doing good, Raphael. How are you? Okay. I believe you, A. Manson. And so I play in this thing. So I play it for him, and he goes, that's it. And I said, what's it? I said, he goes, you found your sound, dude. Congratulations. He's just like, you are the Soulcactus, and that's your sound. And I was just like, okay, that's cool. But he was just like, that makes you original. And another friend of mine then listened to it, and he was just like, dude, he's like, if Stevie Ray Vaughan would have recorded that song, which you wrote for him, that'd be like a huge hit for him. No one would fucking deny that. No one would deny that riff. And it's like Keith Richards says, a riff lasts forever. A lick, they come and go. But a riff stands the test of time. So that's what I created. And so that's just always followed me around as something that people like to hear. People like to hear it live when I can play it with my regular band, when I have one. And it's on the Patreon page if you want to download the song. It's an instrumental. The link's below in the description. Not the title, folks. The actual description. Difference. Hey, Brian. So, after that, I hung up the phone with him, and it just was like, all right, whatever, cool. I called the song Soulcactus, and I called myself Larry Soulcactus eventually. And I called my guitar retailer, my online business, Soulcactus Sound. So I've always run with the Soulcactus theme because I've lived in Arizona now for 30 to 40 years. So it's just kind of, you know, the thing is, when I created Soulcactus Sound, I came up with this logo. This is it right here. So it's a saguaro cactus, smoking a doob, playing a Fender Stratocaster, playing my signature amp right there. The first time I went to meet Warren Haynes, he didn't know who I was. I said, hey, I'm Larry Soulcactus from Soulcactus Sound. Well, I probably said I'm Larry Kanefsky from Soulcactus Sound. He's just like, he stopped to think about it. He goes, you're the dude that's got the saguaro cactus playing the Fender Strat. And I said, yes, exactly. Therefore, I knew I had created something memorable that stuck in people's minds. So at the very least, I knew I had that. And I could have people say to me, you're the guy that's got this. Yes, I am. And like from there, it was cool. You know? So between the signature amp and creating the logo, you know, I had my business. And it was cool for 7 years. Thanks, Mike Edwards. Thank you, Ed Melson. Brian, I don't know stiff upper lip. Alican 303, I didn't want to ignore you. Hello, back from the United States. Hey, Seth, I don't know. Play the riff. What the fuck is that, dude? Sorry, but that's what you're gonna get back from me when you say play the riff. Play the fuck what? Me too. BB King is fantastic. Oh, that's what he meant, Mike? Play my favorite lick? That's it. There's a second part to that riff that is supposed to have a Jimi Hendrix component to it, which is this. It's Stevie asking a question, and then it's Hendrix coming in with the answer of. If you listen to Gypsy Eyes by Jimi Hendrix, you can understand where I came up with that. And if you listen to Instep by Stevie Ray Vaughan, Travis Walk, you can understand how I came up with that. I'm not a fucking rocket scientist. I mean, like, I can pull me apart 6 ways from Sunday and tell you where everything I've ever come up with comes from. Guess what? I can do that with all the fucking rock stars too. That's why you study, to break apart people's shit. That's why people write doctorates, thesis papers, and whatever. Why do they call it a thesis? Put the thesis into practical. Right? Make it work. Antonio, take off your cap locks. I played it in the earlier stream, so please go watch that, or better yet, go watch, some of the shorts, because that will help support me. I need to get my short hours watched more. That's the other way you guys can support me, so I can get monetization on everything across the board. Thank you, Mike Edwards. That's all you get for the money that you paid. Oh, you didn't pay anything? Oh, yeah, that's right. You know, Antonio, I like that. You know, hang loose, thumbs up, all good. But buying a sticker from me is better. So getting back, I wanted to circle back to the Rudy Sarzo interview. He's right. You know, it's not like today where you got Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok. I don't use TikTok anymore because it just like freaked me out too much. I was like spending like a good portion of my day fucking answering questions as opposed to playing, and it just drove me insane. But I mean, like, you can reach out to someone on here and be like, hey, do you want to do a collab? And be like, done, and have something gone and put up in a week or less. I mean, it's amazing. And people go on Twitch too. Like gamers record all their shit on Twitch. Some do it, some stream on YouTube. Anybody playing anything good in the way of video games lately? I just finished Mario Kart World on Switch 2. That was pretty fun. Just 100cc courses. And still playing Doom the Dark Ages. And Sniper 4 Elite. But back then, in the 80s, the 90s, man, you had to get your ass out. You know, if you had a friend playing somewhere, you went to go see that friend, and you know, chances are you wound up sitting in with his band or her band or whatever. Like, I would do that a lot. Like, I would go see friends' bands when I was in my early 20s that were other local players, and they'd be like, hey dude, if you're gonna come out, bring your shit. Never play with the band. And they'd be like, what do you want to do? And I'd be like, what? And they're like, yeah, you can play and sing. What the fuck do you want to do? I'm like, dude, this is your band. They're like, yeah, but you can, you know, whatever. We all know a good bunch of the same material. I'm like, all right. So I'd end up doing things like All Your Lovin', I Miss Lovin' by Otis Rush, you know, John Mayall and the Blues Breakers. All your love, I miss loving. All the kiss, I miss kissing. How's that, Bridget? How are you? What about Lacey? I don't know how to play it. Listen to Greg Koch play it. He does an amazing job. I don't know, dude. I know it's a ripoff off of Steppin' Out of the Blues Breakers record. H&O Lady Rain. I don't know what that is, Christopher. You're welcome, Bridget. Thank you. If you want, you can help out by buying a sticker or super sticker. Or go to my Patreon page and buy a tune. The link is in the description below. Bad company, bad company. I don't remember it. I'm sorry. Take this as a... I like Rocksteady better. Outside your door, baby, see if you were at home. Shade was down, there wasn't even a sound. Something tells me you ain't alone. What in the world can a nasty boy do to try and get next to you? Yeah. Nasty kings and funky dogs. Who's got that record? Kitties, that's gonna wrap it up. I'm gonna go make some dinner. Thank you guys for all participating in the stream. I appreciate you. Love you. Good to see Mike Edwards back in the room. Thank you everybody else. TC, Antonio, Bridget. I can't remember who else. But thank you all. Hit that like button because there's way less likes than there are people in the room. I've noticed that the whole hour I've been on. It really doesn't take that much to hit a like button, people. Please go to my Patreon page or my Instagram account. It's in the description below. Not the fucking title, the description, people. All right? And I will catch you tomorrow for Monday Suck live streams, all right? Midday and evening streams, all right? Peace out. Have a good night. Be good to yourselves and be good to the ones around you, yeah? All right. Be cool. Thanks. Love you. Bye-bye.